We just got done watching a nifty little song that hopefully will help you remember that. But the biggest thing you need to get is that it is only used in the equation. It has to be in this form. The equation has to equal 0. Everything needs to be on the left side. And that's been pretty much our rule of thumb for factoring. Okay? And so if you look at this, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now a little bit about the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula always works. Factoring doesn't always work. Completing the square kind of gets a little hairy sometimes. Okay, but the quadratic formula always works. And so if you look here, we're going to solve this. X squared minus 3x minus 28 equals 0. So what we need to do is we need to first of all identify A, B, and C. So A we know is always the coefficient of x squared. B is always the coefficient of x. And C is always our constant term. So it's important to correctly identify those and make sure you don't miss a sign. So now it says negative B. Well, if B is negative 3, the negative of negative 3 would be positive 3. So basically, it's just the opposite of whatever B is. Okay, the square root of B squared. So what you could do if you wanted is you could write it this way. Minus 4, A is 1, and C is negative 28. And then all of that is over 2 times 1. So now what is negative 3 squared? 9. Now this number will always be positive. Okay? That first number is always going to be positive. And I'm going to subtract, what is 4 times 1 times negative 28? Negative, close. Negative 112. Now notice that's a negative 112 because of the negative 28. So really what ends up happening is I have 3 plus or minus the square root of what?
What 9, whatever 9 plus 112 is?
Yep, which is? 121 all over 2. Now this is the stuff that you need to see if you can break down the square root at all. Now sometimes you'll get a negative square root here, in which case you'll need I. In this case, 121 breaks down really easy. It breaks down to 11 and 11. So this is actually a perfect square. So really I have 3 plus or minus 11 all divided by 2. Yes, you do need to solve and give me 2 separate solutions. The first solution will be 3 plus 11 divided by 2. The second solution will be 3 minus 11 divided by 2. So what is 3 plus 11 divided by 2? 3 minus 11 divided by 2. Negative 4. So this is actually a problem that I could have factored, and it would have worked really nice. Okay, but the quadratic formula will always work. So let's go ahead and look at 2 more. We're going to look at this one next. 3x squared minus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0.
Does x have to be 1 on this?
No. So if we identify A, B, and C, I get A, B, and C. So B is negative 2. So the negative of negative 2 is 2. Plus or minus. Now if you really wanted to make things a little bit faster, you could actually go ahead and square B right now. If I square B, what do I get? 4?
Yeah.
Okay? Never get a negative. That's always got to be a positive, that first number there. So 4 minus 4 times 3 times negative 5 all over 2 times 3. So on the top we get 4 minus What is 4 times 3 times negative 5?
60.
Negative 60. So really I have 2 plus or minus what?
Oh, 64.
64 all over 6. So simplifying that down, it's going to be 2 plus or minus 8 over 6. So what is 2 plus 8 divided by 6? 5/3, because it would be 10 over 6. And then what is 2 minus 8? Yep, negative 1. Good job. So pretty straightforward. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at another one, and this will be the last one that we do. Okay, so what do I need to do in this problem? I need to move that 3 over. Okay, so really it's 3x squared plus 7x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, because everything has to be on one side. Now a little bit about x squared. It can be negative. Okay, the other thing is it doesn't have to be 1. So that's what's nice about the quadratic formula. Here's a, b, and c. So really I get negative what?
7.
Plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 4 times 3 times 3 all over 2 times 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and calculate this. I get negative 7 plus or minus, what is 4 times 3 times 3? 36. So what is 49 minus 36? Root 13 all over 6. Can you break 13 down at all? No, so you're good to go. That is it. Okay, so they're pretty straightforward. Any questions?
What if there is
Not
no constant?
Then you use 0. Okay. So this is what you need to do for me. Okay? I've got a worksheet that I'm going to go ahead and hand out to you. It's a study guide worksheet, and that's going to be your assignment for tomorrow.
When is
Okay.
the test?